In this video, I'm going to make the case to you that Cardano is the most crypto of all crypto projects, and that if Satoshi came back today, he would get on board the Cardano train. Get ready. Let's go. In order to approach this conversation, I'm going to first offer that there are really only two big camps in the crypto community. And by that I mean there are two really big reasons why you are interested in crypto. And I think most people listening or watching this video, listening to or watching this video, probably fall squarely into one camp and not the other. But I think it's important that every person in crypto knows which of these two camps they actually fall into. Here it is, guys. Here is the first big camp of people involved in crypto today. And we're talking about the current crypto community. I think things were different back in the day. When I first started in 2013, it was kind of already midway to where it is now. But I think things are probably even more different from today before that. So this is an article directly from Investopedia. This is under their behavioral finance section. And I'm going to read you this paragraph right here. Trading can be exciting, stimulating, emotional, and engrossing, which can induce reward pathways in the brain. When a day trader takes a profit or even gets excited about a potential profit, the brain releases feel-good neurochemicals such as dopamine and serotonin. This is why one big camp of people are really, really into crypto. They are in it for the dopamine, right? It's like, just like some people go on vacation for the Instagram photos, some people are in crypto just for those little micro hits of dopamine, in some cases, giant hits of dopamine. This is why a lot of people are into crypto. This is also why most of the crypto media you see is guys drawing triangles on charts. The reason why that type of media is so prevalent in crypto is because it elicits that dopamine response. People see the triangles, they get super, super excited that triangle could somehow occur in their portfolio, and they get this rush of dopamine. It feels good. That's why people love those channels and they're so popular. Then there's camp number two. And let's be clear, camp number one is probably most of the people in crypto. I actually think probably the vast majority of people in this channel largely fall into camp two. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody in this other camp we haven't described yet, I'm not saying they don't also have the same dopamine response to the market going up, all that kind of stuff. Surely we all do. But I think most people are in crypto mainly just for that dopamine response. And then I think there's another group of people also affected, of course, by that dopamine response. It's really a facet of the human condition, this whole dopamine thing. It's how a big part of how our brains work. So we're all subject to it. But there's another group of people who also care about the fundamentals of crypto, right? The same things that Satoshi wrote about in the white paper. Why did Satoshi even create crypto, right? He told us in the Genesis block. What did it say? The times, and then it had the date in like 2009 or whatever it was. The times, chancellor on the brink of additional bailout or new bailout or whatever it was. Satoshi was mad at how the central banks could affect the fate of the entire human race, right? These financial decisions, this manipulation of the money supply could so strongly affect the future of all humankind. You know, a handful of central bankers could have such great sway over societies across the entire globe, right? And I think this like desire for freedom from that centralization is why this whole other camp of us are really, really in crypto, right? We see this glimmer of hope. There could be more freedom. The decentralization presents us with freedom. Cardano was designed and implemented with one eye constantly focused on that quest for decentralization in service of this glimmer of hope of freedom that Satoshi was writing about in the Genesis block and in the white paper. You can see here on pooltool.io, we're at 2,472 active stake pools, over 500,000 total stake addresses. We're extremely decentralized. And that's only because Cardano was designed to be that way. But not all crypto projects have gone after decentralization with the same fervor. When I search Ethereum mining pools chart, I believe this is the first image that pops up at miningpools.com. As you can see, just three pools make up a majority of the block validation in Ethereum. Just these three pools. If you expand out to 5 pools, you have like an overwhelming supermajority of the hash rate on the Ethereum network. This, my friends, is not decentralization. Of course, people might object, hey, Ethereum 2.0 is coming, but it's not here yet, and we don't really know when it's going to get here yet. This is the Ethereum of today. This is the Ethereum that exists. Of course, I'm sure this chart wasn't created 2 seconds ago. And I know even as recently as last year, I saw reports that just these 2 pools, Ethermine and F2 pool, I believe, made up over 50% of the hash rate at a certain time. But this is Ethereum today. When we have a different Ethereum that's on proof of stake one day, we can think differently about it. But this is Ethereum today. It is not decentralized. Of course, Bitcoin has infamously been plagued by the same affliction. Here we are at blockchain.com. We can see hash rate distribution, very similar chart. Ant pool, F2 pool, Poolin via BTC, Huobi. They have this overwhelming majority, handful of pools. What is that? Also 5 pools have an overwhelming majority of the hash rate on the Bitcoin network. This is not decentralized. What would we call these scenarios in any other context? We would call them oligarchies. These are oligarchies of block validation. These mining pools controlling all the hash rate. And why do we normally not like oligarchies? Why are we not in favor of oligarchies generally in any economic context? Because they create market inefficiencies, just like monopolies. Right? And shocker, in crypto, we also see market inefficiencies. We normally say it's due to technical reasons. We say ETH 1.0 doesn't work. That's why we see posts like this. This is a Twitter post from Garden Block 1618. They say, I just spent $65 in ETH gas fees to move $25 worth of ETH to a wallet for the gas just to send an ERC20 token to an exchange. WTF. I feel so dirty. I hate you, Ethereum, right? So we blame this on technical problems, right? We say the system is bad, but shocker, this is exactly what you expect from an oligarchical system. We have an oligarchy of block validation, and the oligarchy, right? How does the oligarchy get paid? Gas fees. They get paid with gas fees. Shocker, the oligarchy is getting gas fees that are far inflated past anything the market would ever call efficient. Meanwhile, in Cardano, with our, what did we say it was? 2,400 different staking pools. What are the gas fees? Over here in this column, we see average fee. Once again, shocker, with a completely decentralized system, you have 0.21 ADA as your average fee. Then we have this. Recently, George from Cryptos R Us did a video where he pointed out that as he went through the CMC category tab, which you may or may not know, purports to show the holdings of certain kind of institutional players like venture capital firms, right? Who have they got in here? Blockchain Capital portfolio, Placeholder Ventures portfolio, Coinbase Ventures portfolio, Winklevoss Capital. They've also got Pantera Capital, Fenbushi Capital, Galaxy Digital, all of these kinds of VC type players in the crypto space. And when you look at their holdings, so George went through and looked at a bunch of their holdings, and he realized that none of them held Cardano, they find. So this kind of fits in with the whole grouping of Cardano into two different types, two different crowds, right? Two different camps. So if you are in the first dopamine seeking crowd, it is going to be very comforting. If you watch a video like that, it's going to be very comforting to hear that somebody like Galaxy Digital is holding the same currency as you. It's sort of like the logical fallacy of appeal to authority, right? That's when you're having an argument with someone and their method of argumentation is to say, hey, so-and-so says this, that's consistent with my argument, so my argument must be correct, right? People want to feel like they're in the same tent as some big player, like these kind of VC firms. Cardano, however, isn't. And that could be disconcerting to people until they realize that this is just another form of centralization, right? This is centralization in the holdings of the cryptocurrency, right? These VC players in our space, they're going to hold a lot more of the currencies in their portfolio than the average person out there. What's more decentralized? For Fenbushi Capital to hold, 10,000 times as much as the average person, or for 10,000 unrelated individuals to each hold 1/10,000th of the amount that Fenbushi Capital holds. This is another place where Cardano is just more decentralized. I would offer that while being in the same tent as A16Z is probably really good for that dopamine release, right? If you could go online and watch videos of guys drawing triangles and you get a little bit of a dopamine hit, and then you see that your chosen cryptocurrency is being held by these big VC firms, and you get another little dopamine hit, and you see that, a large cadre, the largest cadre of developers, have been developing for years on your chosen cryptocurrency, you're going to get another little dopamine hit. But the guy who wrote this paper, this one right here, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, he wasn't in it for the trading related dopamine hits. He was trying to create a better means of humans storing and transferring value to each other, right? A better money, a better way to sort out value in society. I think if Satoshi woke up from a coma tomorrow and looked around, I think he would say to himself, wow, Ethereum, Bitcoin, 5 pools command most, an overwhelming majority of the hash rate in each of those ecosystems. They're held by these large VC firms. And then you've got Cardano over there, 2,400 different stake pools. Transaction fees are 0.21 ADA. I think Satoshi would jump on the Cardano train with a quickness. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.